Hi, welcome. Now I am going to show you how to use array average ifs function. In other words, how to use average ifs function in array formula. Okay, what I have here is that for this example I have 277 records of product sales. Okay, so each product I have a respective customer, category, country and their sales. Okay, about 277 records I have. These 4 columns are the text columns and only one numeric value, which is sales. Okay, so and also you can notice that the category is having only 2 values, new and old, and okay, the same customer can repeat. Okay, similarly for any value in these columns, because these are all transactions. Okay, now I want to find out for each product, for category old and new, what is the average sales. Okay, that is my objective. Okay, so for example here in this row I want for the product Alice Mutton and the category new, what is the average sales. Okay, similarly for the next row I want for the product Alice Mutton and the category old, what is the average sales. For every time I want for each product, that's for a category new and old, what is the average sales. That's why each product is repeated twice here. Okay, so what is the average function? Average function, when you give these sales this column in average function, it will return to you the overall average or overall arithmetic mean of this sales. Okay, so now we are going to use the average ifs function first. Okay, it's a simple average ifs function. Then I will move on to show you how to use the array average ifs function. Okay, so now for a simple average ifs function, what is a simple average ifs function? Okay, let's I will type it, average ifs. Okay, you can see finds the average or the arithmetic mean for the cells specified by a given set of conditions or criteria. Okay, for a given set of conditions or criteria, it will make a average. Okay, so when you pass all the records of sales here, it won't just make the average for sales. Instead it will check a few conditions. If those conditions are satisfied, then only for only those records you will make the average sales. Okay, so in this case, if you pass the sales values, it will check the product in the records, the product value is the given product Alice Mutton and the category is the given category new, then only it will take those records to do the average sales. That is what our objective here. We want the average sales of product Alice Mutton and the category new. Okay, nothing else. Okay, so the products list may have different products and different categories. We don't want to consider those records. We want only the one product and one category here. Okay, similarly for each row we want to calculate the average sales for given product and the given category. Okay, so we are going to use the product list, the column product as well as the category for checking. Okay, and the sales value. Okay, so in this case it is going to check the product is equal to Alice Mutton and the category is equal to new. Only if these two ifs are satisfied, then only make the average. So that is why the function suggests the name itself, average ifs. Okay, ifs means it's a plural ifs. Why it is plural ifs? It's more than one if. Okay, so here we have two conditions. Product also must be checked, category also must be checked. If only both of them are true, then only you do the average. Okay, if any one of them is false, okay, then you don't consider those records. Okay, so before we move into use this average ifs function, what I am going to do is that I'm going to define name for the product column as well as the category column as well as the sales, which are all the three fields we are going to use it here. Okay, so I will define name. Just select the full list of values, then go to define name. Okay, then use products. Okay, press OK. Then the category, right click, define name, category. I give the name category. Similarly for the sales, select from the first record sales to the final record. Right click, define name, sales. Okay, so these three columns I define name. Okay, so why I am defining name, why I am giving name for these three columns? Because what happens, it has a few benefits. One, okay, when you are writing a formula here, you are going to select those ranges, okay, again and again for the second time or third time or multiple times. You are going to select the ranges from, for this case the product list is from A2 to A277. So I don't want to keep selecting the ranges. Okay, so every time when I write the formula, so I simply put the define name once and use it multiple times in the formulas. Okay, instead of again and again I select the range. That is one. Secondly, when you give the name, it is more readable. Okay, then if you select and put the range, for in this case it will look like A2 to A277. okay, something like that. So it will like the range will be like this to A277. Unless you know what does it mean, what it means, you may not read the formula easily. Okay, so for that case, what if you define the name, you once you see the name itself, you will know the in the formula what you are doing, what the formula is trying to do. Okay, the others also can understand what your formula is doing there. Okay, instead of giving the range. Okay, third, there is another point is that when you write the formula here and drag it to the next cell, okay, the formula, the Excel will do change the formula according to the cell relatively. Okay, so the formula is changed relatively. Okay, same time what will happen, the list what you select here will start from the next cell. Okay, if you drag the formula, you write the formula here and drag it to autofill to the next cell, automatically the range also will move it to the next cell. That one I don't want to happen. Okay, so I want to keep the range absolutely. Okay, otherwise I must introduce $ sign to make it obsolete, but instead I give the name, so it will stay for whenever you drag the formula or you autofill the formula, the range won't change in the formula. Okay, so because I want the product range will start from A2 to A277. Similarly, category will be C2 to C277, 278. Okay, 277 records. Okay, then similarly the sales will be from E2 to E278. Okay, so this range I don't want to change. That's why I have define the names. Okay, now we will start writing the formula. Okay, what I am going to do, I am going to do the average if I take this product name given condition and check it in the product list, as well as the category this name I am going to check it here. If both the conditions are true, then I will take those records and do the average. Okay, how can I do that? I will use the average ifs. Okay, average ifs. The first argument is the average range. That means which column you want to average. Obviously we want to average the numeric field sales. Okay, so what I am going to do, for I already defined this column as sales already. For your understanding purpose, what I am going to do, I just select, okay, E2 to the final record. Which is 278. Okay, so once you select this range, what happens in the formula, you can see here, it already puts the sales, because you already defined the name as sales. Or instead of selecting this, what you can do, you can straight away start typing the name, because you know what is the name you have given for your column. Okay, this one is, once you type yes, it will show you all the functions starting with yes as well as the name, which is checked. Okay, checked here. Okay, so I sales. Okay, now you have conditions. We have two conditions. One, product list must be checked with the given name Alice Mutton, which is the G2 cell here. Similarly, the given name for the category is new is in the H2 cell, that has to be checked with the category column. Okay, so we have condition 1, condition 2, condition 3, and so on. But in this case, we have only two conditions. Okay, each condition in AVERAGEIFS function, it is split into two parts, two arguments. One is the criteria range, as well as second one is the criteria. Okay, what is criteria range? Criteria range is the where do you want to look into. For this condition, to check the given product Alice Mutton, where do you want to look into? You must look into the product column. So where do you want to look into is the first part of the condition. Then the next argument is what do you want to look into is the given value, okay, which is the G2 cell. Okay, or in other words, is something like left hand side and right hand side of the conditions. Okay, so left hand side is the product list, and the right hand side is the only one value has to be checked with each individual row in the product list. Okay, so the criteria range 1 is what is the criteria range 1, which is where do you want to look into? I want to look into the product list. Okay, which we already defined as product. Type in, it shows the checked one is the user defined names, fx is the function, so products. So what is the criteria 1? Okay, range is the product. What do you want to look into is the criteria 1, which is the given value in the G2 cell. Okay, fine. Similarly, the next condition. So two arguments makes one condition. Okay, what is the next condition? Where do you want to look into? The category column. Okay, which we already defined as category. What do you want to look into? You know, it is the given value in the H2 cell. Okay, that's it. So these two makes one condition and the other two makes the other condition. If both the conditions are true, then only it will do the sales average. It will take that as sales value. Finally, it will do the average. Okay, so just press enter, you will find 1092, which is the average sales value for the product Alice Mutton and the category new. Okay, you can go here and check whether the value is correct. Okay, Alice Mutton and new category, I just select the sales here. Okay, this is one, these four records are Alice Mutton and the category is new. This one is category old, so we leave out. This is new, this is new, and this is old, we will leave out. And this is new, and these three are new. Okay, then the product changes, which to aniseed syrup. Okay, these records you will see here in the status bar. 1092 is the average. Okay, that is what the function has given. Okay, 1092. Okay, so this way you can start using a simple AVERAGEIFS function to calculate the average, okay, for a given set of conditions. Okay, now we are going to do it for the next cell. Okay, so I'm going to do it for the next cell. I just drag it to the next cell, because we no need to worry, because it won't, the condition, the columns will never change, because we define the name. Only the cell value will change, which we want it to be changed, because last time we checked the G2 value, now we are checking the G3 value. Similarly, last time we checked the H2 value, now the new value, the old category is in the H3 value. Okay, so just all condition values. That one is the field. Okay, so press OK, then we will get the next average ifs condition. So similarly, we can do it for every single value. So drag it for every single value for each product, new and old. Okay, it has given you the overall for every these two conditions, what is the average sales. Okay, so you got it now for Alice Mutton category new, those records having the average sales of 1092. The same product, but the old category got the average sales of 1957. Okay, so this one, the old category performs better than the new category. Here in this case also, old category performs better than the new category. The average sales of aniseed syrup new category is 933. Okay, but this one is 1035. Similarly, for this case also, it's interesting, the old one performs better than the new one, the average sales. Okay, this one also, old one performs better. So the old category is performing for the first few products better. Okay, but this product, the new one performs better. Okay, so this is the way you can make the averageifs function to work on. Okay, now what is the average array average sales, array average ifs function? Okay, now this is the question, that because our objective is to use the array average sales. Okay, interestingly, now what we are doing here is that we are passing the array of these three columns. Okay, these two are single values, because we are expecting the average sales for only condition to check only these two values. Okay, Alice Mutton and category new. Okay, but when you see here, every record, these values also keep changing, G3 to H3. Now it is G4 to H4. So the condition values, right, the given values also in an array. Okay, so there comes a question that why should I do it individually, this formula to perform, because the condition values also array. So why don't is it possible, can I give this array also in one shot and get the average sales? Okay, this is very interesting that Excel introduced the array formulas in this fashion. Okay, that means previously the functions and formulas can return only one value. Okay, but now the idea of going beyond that, why don't we get a set of values? Okay, an array of values as output when I provide the array of inputs. Okay, so now what I am going to do is I am going to give the same thing, the averageifs function. These three columns are fine, fixed. Only this one I am going to give an array of G values, the products, given products, and array of H values, which is the category values. Okay, then this array averageifs function will take this G2's first element and the category's first element, do the average if. Okay, then bring the first result. Okay, then take the two second elements, do the average ifs, then bring the second element, second result, and so on. Okay, so it is going to, we are going to give an array of condition values, and we are expecting the average ifs to work as an array formula to bring a array of the results. Okay, the array of outputs. Okay, how can we do that? Okay, what I am going to do, I am going to give this one as well as the category, both of them as an array. Okay, the given values in the average ifs formula to bring a output as a array. Once you pass this one to array, and you are letting the Excel to find out, use the first values of this array and calculate the average ifs, get the result, and the second values, corresponding values, and also do the average ifs, and so on, to bring the output as the array. So when you give this one as array and the category as array, obviously the average sales is going to be an array. Okay, so you must know in which columns the array has to return the result. Okay, so you select all those cells, because last time it is only one output, so you put the formula in the only one cell. Now it is going to be a multiple cells output, so you select all the multiple cells. It has to be the number of values in the array, input array. Okay, input array is going to be up to the 48 values. Okay, so obviously the output array is going to be the 48 values. That means the inputs you are going to pass the array of 48 values. Okay, similarly the category also the array of 48 values, so output is going to be obviously array of 48 values. Okay, so what I am going to do, I just selected the values. Okay, so this is where we are expecting the Excel to bring the outputs. So you are selecting the values, then in the first cell is little bit light color, which is the active cell in this selection cells. So you just click there. Okay, and click there, and you start typing your formula. Okay, this formula is similar to the same last time, average ifs. Okay, open bracket. Now the average range is your product. Okay, product list. No, sorry, the average range is your sales. Okay, what you want to average it, you want to average the sales. So like last time you type the sales. Okay, now the where do you want to look into, for the first condition itself is having two parts. Where do you want to look into? We want to look into the product list. Okay, so I already defined the name, products. Okay, now there comes the interesting part. What do you want to look into? Now I am going to give a, last time it is only one cell value, now I am going to give a set of values. Okay, the full set of values I have provided. Okay, these are all the values, but these values has to be executed one by one, not one shot all. It is one by one. That means first time it has to be the first value, second time second value, and so on. Okay, so the criteria or the right hand side of the condition also now is a array. Okay, similarly for the condition 2. Okay, which is where do I want to look into? Now I am executing the category. So in the category field of the source data. Okay, I already defined the name. Now what do you want to look into? Again, this is also an array. Full list of categories I am providing. Okay, close the bracket. Now what happens is that what we are trying to tell the Excel is that you execute this average ifs function not once. You have to execute for all the cells I selected, that is as an array. Okay, so that I already given array of the condition values. Okay, so you take the first value of this product list and also the given product list and the given category first values, execute the average ifs. Okay, and keep that value. Next you take the second value and again execute. Okay, similarly you do it for the full set. Okay, full set of this given products and the given categories. Okay, so you take the first values, execute average ifs, second value, execute, so it will be a set of array. Finally you give me the answer in this all these cells. Okay, this is what we are doing here for step by step. Okay, so here you are giving the given products and the given category also as array list and give it in one formula. Okay, then what we need to do, we are going to enter. But for the simple formula you can just simply enter, but the array formula you must tell the Excel you are writing a array formula, so you must press Ctrl Shift Enter. Okay, always remember you must press Ctrl Shift Enter. Once you entered, what happens here is that the average sales are coming here for all the outputs. It calculated all the outputs. Instead of you calculate one by one or drag for one by one, okay, it is bringing with the array of result, you see, and your formula is enclosed with the braces. That means whenever you see the braces, your array formula is always enclosed with the braces. Okay, so in the simple formula it starts with equal to sign. For the array formula Excel puts braces, okay, both sides, okay, open and close. That means it is treating, it understands it's a array formula. Okay, so now since it's dollars and cents, you can make the format. So you select the thing and right click number 2 decimal place. You can see the results are the same. Okay, this one is the single average ifs function. This one is we used it as a array average if function. Okay, this is the difference between these two. Okay, this is the simple average ifs and this is the array average ifs. Okay, and the array average ifs you selected and passing the condition as a whole set. Okay, in the whole set it takes one by one and automatically does it for all the cells. But here you take it for, you are giving individually one by one. First you are giving H2 and G2 and H2, do the average if, then G3 and H3 and so on. Okay, so this way you can use the array average function, and it's a very array average ifs function. Okay, because it's a multiple conditions. Okay, and the values are same. Okay, so now I hope you understand the average ifs function, how to use the average ifs function in an array formula. Okay, and if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, which the subscription button is already there in the video itself, and also please leave your comments and suggestions. And if I left out anything in the video, you can, you know the function very well, and you want to suggest or you want to comment something, you can comment it under the video itself. Okay, and your comments are valuable and you are welcome to comment. Okay, so that others also will have the more knowledge about the subject. Okay, and you also leave your likes, and God bless you.